Oh my gosh, did we have major troubles this morning? Forgive us. For some reason, our live stream got canceled. Oh, we were sitting here all calm because we thought we knew what we're doing. So please forgive us. And I hope this is being recorded right now. Just want to introduce Julia Kessel. She is an interior designer. She is very talented. But before we get her and ask her some questions, I just wanted to say, I reached 100,000 subscribers. And I don't know if you noticed, but I don't have the silver plaque yet. I know I had a total blonde moment. I didn't realize you had to order it. I actually reached out to YouTube yesterday and I'm like, hey, YouTube, I haven't received my plaque. And they go, hey, knucklehead, you did not give us the address to send it to. So anyway, as you can see, if we can put this on the screen, is it on the screen? Yeah. So we do have the plaque coming. And of course, I will do an unboxing and we can do yet another celebration, just like my birthday. Like January 10th is my birthday, in case you wanted to know. And I celebrate all January. Okay. For all of you fashionistas out there, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing white. Yes, we know it's past Labor Day and I am old school. You do not wear white until after or before Labor Day. And I have this like magic little thing I do with my thumbnails. No matter what video I'm doing, I'm always wearing the outfit that I'm wearing in the video. So that's why I'm wearing this today. I know that sounds silly, but it's kind of like my four clover lucky thing I do. Okay, so lots of hiccups this morning, but without further ado, Julia Kessel, please tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
I'm originally from Philadelphia. I'm from the East Coast. Been out in California for over 20 years though, so I'm a California girl now.
Good job. All right, so I'm going to ask the first question. And by the way, if you want to ask Julia some questions, please leave your questions down below and we will get to your questions when I get done interviewing her. So my first question for you is, where do you see the biggest mistake that homeowners make when they're improving their homes?
Okay, that's a great question. So a lot of what we do is we observe clients, and just like you, we deal a lot with homeowners and new homeowners and a lot of first-time buyers. And because sometimes the budget can be very daunting, a lot of people tend to want to cut corners to enable them to be able to do more. So that is definitely something that we do not recommend, because what's going to happen is that in 5 years, 10 years, or even sooner, they're going to call us again and they're going to be complaining and disappointed in the work that was done. So cutting corners is not the best.
So where do you see corners being cut?
Well, one way to cut corners is to eliminate part of the scope. So let's say the kids' bathroom or the guest room or something or even the outside, they feel like they'll get to it later, or let's not do that now, we'll come back to it, or the closets, things like that. And what I always recommend to my clients is, we are already going to be breaking ground. There's going to be hammers and the whole 9 yards. Let's just do it now, because the money is never going to magically appear. So it's better to just invest it all at once, to then kind of set it and forget it. And then you can just enjoy your new home.
Yeah. So what do you think about materials too? You start seeing them skimp on materials too, right?
Skimping on materials. Light fixtures, not getting quality. The biggest thing that sometimes is a budget surprise is plumbing fixtures.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
It can be very daunting to see how much you can be expected to pay for plumbing. But my recommendation there is that a place to never skimp is when it's something behind a wall. So we're talking about into slab or into tile. If there is a leak because it's poor quality, not made in America, or not brass made plumbing fixtures, there can be leaks easily, which means not only do you have to replace your plumbing fixture, but you have to jam into that beautiful new tile.
I know.
And then you kind of have to start it all over again. So that's definitely a place where I would not recommend skimping.
I know. And a lot of you have been following me, and I've moved 11 times in 23 years. And the one area that I did not invest in my home was the plumbing. So I put all these beautiful floors. I have some wall treatments throughout my house. And if I get a slab leak or decide to replumb, I'm literally going to have to, lift all that stuff up and destroy it. And I spent so much money on it.
It's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking. So if you're planning on staying in your home long term, it's really important to make those investments.
Agreed.
All right. Another question for you. You ready?
Ready.
When you walk into any space, what's the first thing you notice, and what are you taking in when you're looking at a house for the first
Okay,
time?
another great question. I love looking for where the natural light is,
Yep.
size of windows, where there's opportunity for character.
Mhm.
If there's either lacking character or if the character is already there, then music to my ears or my eyes. But is there opportunity to add character? I also always look and pay attention to rooms, if it's wide open spaces or if there's pockets of rooms to be able to create some cozy areas, and also ceiling heights.
Now
Always something I look for.
You're from the East Coast
Yes.
originally, right?
Yes.
So that's probably where that character
That
and
is
charm.
exactly where that's coming from.
So what do you see is different from East Coast versus West Coast?
That exactly there.
Mhm.
My passion and why I started doing this is that a lot of Orange County, a lot of Southern California is builder grade homes, tract homes. And it's really a different type of look from the East Coast. And again, everyone has their own style and taste, and aesthetic is completely subjective. But my personal love and passion around this is what I grew up around, which is history, buildings from 1700s, 1800s. That just doesn't exist here. So I love crown molding. I love baseboards. I love trim. I love cozy rooms. I love intricate details with woodworking. And sometimes in Orange County, that doesn't really exist. So I love to either identify where it can be added, and kind of that's my thing, is to bring character and charm to these Orange County builder grade homes.
Yeah. So you mentioned builder grade. Like when you walk into a home, you're like, wow, this is builder grade. Where do you see builder grade? Like, where do you see that? Like if someone says, I don't know if I have builder grade.
Sure. So usually to me, builder grade is a generic tile floor in like some sort of tan or taupe.
It's kind of like has kind of a shiny surface.
A shiny surface, or almost looking like a stone. Also, the lack of woodworking around doorways. Yeah. So more just like stucco doorways without, some classic carpentry millwork around doorways or in casings, in even just transitions. Also countertops. So a lot of countertops that are maybe granite, which back in the day, everyone was looking for granite, but really not so much anymore. And also fixtures. So a lot of chrome fixtures and chrome light fixtures too, plumbing fixtures and light fixtures.
So question for you. Do you prefer chrome, like the shiny chrome, or like a stainless steel brushed nickel look? What's more timeless?
So to me, I am a brass girl through and through.
Yeah,
I love
the real
my
stuff,
brass,
though, right?
The real stuff, but you can also get some more affordable ones.
Okay.
Polished nickel is also kind of my new favorite thing.
Yep.
So it's a way to, a lot of people, in the last 5-10 years knew that brass was coming back. So now everyone's leading in brass, but you're going to start to see a lot more silver. And what that silver is most likely polished nickel. So there's like a green tint in that, which adds that character that you don't really get in a chrome, which is a cooler silver. So a polished nickel is that warmer silver, which is still really nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've never been to my house before?
I've not.
Okay. So what did you notice when you first walked into my house, or what was your takeaway? I don't know her response. Just
that's
curious.
True. We didn't rehearse.
And I put myself on the hot seat, okay? Because my house is very eclectic. And to be fair, I got up a little bit early and tidied everything so I could try to impress you. So what were your thoughts?
I was very impressed. You have a very beautiful home.
Thank
right
you.
From the outside. I absolutely loved it pulling up right away. Beautiful olive trees. There's taupes in the shutters and wrought iron, and it's really beautiful. Walking in, the first thing I saw personally was your antiques, the eclectic that you said. I'm a lover of antiques. Again, I'm from the East Coast. That's my jam. That may not be for everybody, but I'm like dying for this to wrap up so I can get my hands on some of these antiques and ask her the story behind all of them. But really what I love about this house is there's mullions on the windows. That may sound silly, but mullions on windows, which are like the little crosshatch, add charm to me. Lots of natural light, high ceilings, and beautiful transitions between the rooms. So again, to me, I love the ability to say, like, this is the office. This is the dining room. This is where my family spends time watching TV. Yep. And this house has beautiful transitions between the rooms. So we're very impressed.
Okay. So what do you think about my kitchen backsplash?
Kitchen backsplash, noticed it, saw it. put it in my head.
Yeah.
I think I've heard you mention this on a previous recording,
Yep.
so I know I'm not just totally going out
You're
of
not going to
nowhere
hurt
here.
my feelings. Trust me.
Was something that people liked
10 years ago. Right?
10 years ago.
Yeah.
People are going away from it now.
Yep.
I'm sure you're dying to get your hands on it.
Yeah.
It fits with the style of the home. It's a
That's
Spanish
fair.
style home,
Yep.
so that's fair.
Yeah.
But it could be upgraded.
Yeah.
Updated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Slab, tile.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what did you think about my living room with the TV over the fireplace?
TV was a little high.
See, I make mistakes too. I agree with you. Yeah.
And it's just little things, right? Hey, if I'm identifying that something that I noticed in the house was a little bit high TV, it means you're doing something else right.
Yeah. I like that. All right. Do we have any questions? Oh, yeah. Okay. This is really important.
Yeah.
You noticed in my kitchen, and before you comment, you noticed Frida, my fish.
Oh, yeah.
The fish aquarium. We're going to ask your opinion of fish aquariums, but I have to give you the Frida update. Let's see if we can put her on the screen. She was sick all week because the temperature dropped, and then I had to get a heater. And anyway, she's feeling good, and I wanted to show you her. Give you a little. Can we add her? Okay, here's the fish update. There's Frida, and there's her little buddy Georgia. And I found Leon. Leon's the snail. Oh, is he out? Can you see him? Leon. He keeps getting stuck in the filter 4 times. I thought I killed him. Anyway, as you can see, they're happy. And are you noticing my backsplash in my kitchen? Oh, it's so busy. Busy. I don't love it. But there's greenery in the filter, and look how gross that is. Actually, I got to clean this tank. So the snail, Leon, doesn't get stuck in there. But anyway, look how cute they are. They're thriving. You guys are cute. Look how cute. Cute, 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 cute. So cute. These two are the best of buddies. And they kind of gang up on Leon and peck on him a little bit. They do. All right, that's the update. All right. So, Julia, what do you think about fish aquariums in the home? Are they a great design feature, like how beautiful it is in my kitchen? What is your suggestion?
I actually have a personal response to this because 2 of my 3 children have fish tanks in their room.
Oh, good.
My older son has about 12 fish. My younger son has about 7. My kids are obsessed with fish and aquariums. They actually got that from their dad. So I actually know more about fish aquariums than you probably knew before you asked me this question. Do I think that fish tanks are amazing in kids' rooms? Yes, amazing. Love them. Can just bring so much joy.
Yep.
In a kitchen, on your kitchen counter, behind the lovely backsplash, maybe not. I also think that if you are passionate about fish, which a lot of people are, believe it or not, in an office, a masculine office, I love designing a masculine room. It could be very cool if it's built in and done tastefully and in a sophisticated way.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Okay. So I did not realize this. I am so upset. I thought it was November 16th, but it was actually October 16th. Benjamin Moore announced their color of the year, and I am obsessed with Benjamin Moore. Are you obsessed?
Obsessed.
Okay. So we're going to announce the color of the year, and I want your thoughts on it. So
Great.
let's put that on the screen. And I'm also going to do a paint color review because I usually do one every year. And we're not going to put this on the screen. Hold on. But Bear has kind of a turquoise color of the year. And who is the other one? Sherwin Williams has kind of a khaki color of the year. And this is Benjamin Moore's color of the year in 2026. See if we can put it on the screen there. Oh, I love Benjamin Moore. Are we back on? Hold on. Okay, so I'm curious. What do you think of Benjamin Moore's 2026 silhouette color of the year?
Well, I just revealed that I'm obsessed with Benjamin Moore, so they can do no wrong in my eyes.
I know.
I love it. The reason I love it is because I just referenced that I love designing masculine spaces. So to me, that like screams office.
Yep.
You could do so many things with that color. I also love color drenching, which is essentially taking one room and painting everything in the room that color. That could be the carpentry, built-ins. It could even be the ceiling, the trim work. Everything is the same color. And I see a color like that, and I immediately think about color drenching. So I love it.
Now, question, do you think color drenching, because I've got this question on my channel quite a bit, it's going to date itself in the future?
I don't think that color drenching is going to date itself because it is sophisticated, and to me, it's timeless. So I don't look at color drenching as a trend. I just look at it as a design choice. There are other things potentially about it that could date it, but not if it's done in a timeless color. Absolutely not.
And what's the difference between color drenching and color blocking?
Okay, so color blocking is taking two or more colors and putting them right up against each other. And color blocking in a very cool way is if you take two colors that you wouldn't expect, or even like a navy and a black. I love navy and black together, surprisingly.
Yeah, I know, I do
or maybe
too.
not surprisingly.
Yeah.
So if you kind of take them next to each other, that could be a color block, but color drenching is just one single color.
All right, we just got news from, you guys didn't get to see the Benjamin color of the year. I don't think it loaded. We're having troubles today. So let's put it on the screen for you one more time, because it really is worth watching.
Then you'll know what we're talking about.
Let's go put it in the screen. Technical difficulties. You got to love that, right? Okay, here we go. Play it again. Getting it? Are you seeing it? They said no, it's not on there. All right. Well, Benjamin color of the year.
It?
Yeah. Go ahead. Describe what the color
Okay.
it is. Well,
so it is a creamy, rich charcoal. So I think the most important thing that they say about that color is that there's espresso notes and charcoal notes. So immediately, if you see it or you think of the word silhouette, you could think gray, and you may be thinking, I thought gray was out.
Yeah,
Everyone keeps telling me gray is out.
Yeah.
So we agree.
Yeah.
But this is really like this rich, deep, creamy color that is layered and more than a gray. So I would think charcoal meets espresso.
Yeah. And if you, I wrote it down here. Let's see. If you want to look at it, just type in Benjamin Moore color of the year 2026, and it's AF655 is the color. So if you just look at it, it's so pretty. I love it. Okay. So another question, since we're talking about color trends, what like trends you see that are current right now?
Okay. So we already talked about one that I was going to talk about, which was color drenching.
Yep.
The other thing that I already mentioned that I'll say again is the resurgence of polished nickel. And other trends are really kind of going away from that wide open spaces and creating rooms again. Wallpaper is still in, drapery to the ceiling, really rich drapery, I think is really in right now, and doing a lot of prints. Prints are back.
Yeah, they are. And what do you think is going to date itself in 5 years?
So I was thinking about this earlier because we were talking about it, and I was we get really excited about all the things we love, but then when we think about the things we don't love, it's a little bit harder. There's kind of this grandma chic thing happening, which I am not saying that I'm not into it, because I see these images and I do love them. And what I love about them, though, is that they're really into prints and they're doing a lot of color drenching. I think you could maybe get tired of is when you're going so deep down that path. So like really tiny florals, lots of ruffling, really deep wallpapers, along with all of those prints. I think that they're beautiful now, but I don't think they have longevity.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any questions that Julia can answer? Do we have them? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what we got. So when I did my first live stream, I didn't wear these little guys, and I read the question wrong. And yeah, a lot of you said, "Hey, you didn't read the question right." Let's see here. Would you recommend color drenching in smaller spaces like bathrooms and studies?
Yes. Yes and yes. I actually am presenting next week a powder room to a client, and it's a really small powder room, and we're looking at it more of like a makeover, but I am suggesting, and it's going to go against what many people think, but dark color drenching, and painting the ceiling.
Mhm.
Believe it or not, if you paint your ceiling, it will actually make the space look bigger and it will make the ceiling look taller. Many people imagine that it will make the space shrink and look smaller, and the opposite is true. And the reason is because if you have a white ceiling and a rich tone wall, or even a light tone wall, you will create an accidental color block.
Yep.
Because your eye stops exactly when the ceiling starts. And if it's one color, it just goes all the way up. It looks beautiful. Trust me.
It does. Do we have another question? All white cabinets out? That's me.
No.
I know.
No.
They're never out, right?
Okay, never out. But when, and I've heard you talk about this before,
Yeah.
and I totally agree, is that when people think that white cabinets are out, it most likely is non-custom cabinetry.
Mhm.
So if you go, non-custom cabinetry is totally fine. But if you go non-custom, what you should find out is if you can choose your own paint color for lacquer instead of what is available through the cabinet manufacturer. So a lot of times when you buy from a cabinet manufacturer, it'll be that really cool white, which is that outdated white cabinetry. But creamy white, which is warm and has a lot of depth, will always be in.
So what about the flat panel cabinet versus the, more detailed cabinet or the shaker cabinet?
Totally. So I, again, because I love character and charm, I will always go with something with millworking details. So a little rivet, even there's like so many different things now that you can do with your panels. What I do love is a mix and match. So if your drawers are flat panel, but your doors have some intricacies, that looks beautiful. Straight flat panel looks amazing. It's just not my number one style, but it's more of a modern look, contemporary.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, that's not out.
I think we're just about ready to do our first drawing, but let's see. It says, hold on. Okay. Loving the live stream. All I'm hearing about is warmth and use of woods in the kitchen. Can you talk more about those timeless woods? Talk about the evolution of over the island pendants.
Oh, okay. I'll do woods first.
Yep.
I think that you can go dark wood and light wood. Both look amazing. One thing that I'm loving right now is mixing wood cabinetry with painted cabinetry in a kitchen or anywhere else. So you could do your island in wood, all the outside surrounding cabinetry could be in a creamy white, for example, or you could even inverse it and do a painted, you could mix and match too. So you could do like a painted island with the main back wall being painted. And let's say your side walls, maybe you have some more detailed cabinets in your kitchen with glass that show really nice glassware, and that could be wood to make it look more of like a found object. So mixing and matching.
Before you go to the pendants,
yes.
What type of wood tones? Are we talking darker, lighter, grayer, or all of them? What about
not anything but gray? Not gray.
Or cherry. What about the red?
Not red.
Okay.
Think walnut.
Yeah.
Beautiful and very rich. Or a light like white oak is really beautiful too.
Okay. And then what about the pendants? Talk about the evolution of over the island pendants.
Okay. So the evolution for over island pendants, what I believe is that a lot of people now are doing linear light fixtures above an island. I renovated my house a few years ago, and I did pendants that I loved, but like halfway through the renovation was when all these linear things were happening. And I did this like, should I tear it down and make my husband want to kill me? I stuck with the pendants. I still love them. Pendants are not going anywhere. But I think one evolution with them is they're looking almost the way you'd normally think about like outdoor pendants, like more of a lantern could be really cool on the inside. So I think they're getting bigger, they're getting more intricate with mixed metals. But I also think something to keep your eye out for are linear light fixtures. What you would normally think of over a dining table is now really beautiful in a kitchen.
Oh, that's interesting. What about, let's say they're putting pendants and they love their pendants.
Yeah.
They don't want to go linear.
Yeah.
What about how many? Should we do the 3 rule? Should we do the 2 rule? Is there any rule of thumb you would recommend?
Totally depends on the size of your island. So designers always love odd numbers. So 3 is always amazing, but I am not forcing 3 on a small island. So there's kind of, there's like a method to the madness of it. And I can pass it along to Audra for her to post. So you guys have some like actual tips. But definitely depends on the size of your island for sure. So I would say 2 or 3 is always a good place to go. I don't see a place where you're going to need 4 pendants.
Okay. Don't you love her? Okay. Do we have any other questions? All right, here we go. Should baseboards now be the same color as the walls?
Depends. So this is my other favorite thing. Great question for me. I love, love, love. My favorite thing in the world is contrast trim. So this is seen a lot in Europe. And it is my number one favorite way to get in charm into a home that's unexpected. So if you love white walls, but you don't want to feel like it's stark, a really beautiful thing to do is take a richer tone for your doors, your baseboards, and your trim, but it can still be white. So I would say that if you're color drenching a space, that yes, it's the same, but really almost never otherwise, because if you have it all the same, like white color, for example, it will start to look stark and you will just kind of wash out any ability for character.
So how tall should the baseboards be?
Ooh, the taller the better.
See, I'm on that same. I agree, 100%.
Yeah, the taller the better. But 6 inch. Yeah, 6 inch is a great place to start. You can obviously go 8.
I know.
But it really just depends on the style of the home.
Yeah, I love 7. 7's like
okay. 7's a good sweet spot.
See, mine's only 5. I was just put a trim on there. I know.
Yeah. Okay. No, 5. Maybe
we can help it.
5 is okay.
Yeah,
I'm seeing 5. All right. Let's say I think 4 is probably your standard, your builder grade. Maybe even 3.
Yep.
5 I'm seeing right now. That looks really nice. So 5 to 7. 7 is amazing. 8.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? Let's see here. Hold on. Have fairly dated brown/gold granite that can't afford to be. Okay. Am I reading that right? Have fairly dated brown/gold granite that can't afford to replace. Can I add brass pendant over the island to embrace the gold tones, or stick with the dark metal to go with other hardware?
You can completely add brass, and you can do mixed metals. So a great way to update your kitchen is to update the hardware in your cabinets and of course the pendants. So I would say definitely you could do that.
Lean into it.
Yeah, lean in.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with brass. And it would really bring out some of those
really
beautiful golden hues. Okay. And then what time is it? Okay, we hit the 12:30 mark. So we're going to do our first drawing. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the home tools first, because 2 of you get to win one of these home tools. Now, there's a total of 15 you get to choose from. I'm going to talk about a few that I have here on the table. And then there's like a carpet cleaner, one that's not here, a leaf blower. You all know what that is. There's a few other, but you get to choose. So the first one we're going to look at is a moisture meter. Let's see if I get this right. Okay, moisture meter. You can see that. So this helps. And by the way, I use this all the time on my floors to see if there's any leaks. I love this little guy. The other one is, what is this one? I think this is a measuring tool. No. This is your EMF detector. So for those of you who have power lines or just want to walk around. Uh-oh, look at this. It's going off. Where's red? Red. Oh my gosh. Can you see this? Right? Is it red? Okay. So this shows, we can see if it can do it. I don't know. Where was it? Oh, it's you. I'm kidding. Let's see. It's showing right down here that it's red. I don't know if you can see that.
It's not showing it when you turn it, but I see it.
Yeah. But when you go around the house, you check your microwave, you check your computer products. And I think one of you have commented that you walked around your house and couldn't believe some of the things that you found, like the hair blow dryer goes off the roof. As far as detecting, I had this retractable desk that went up and down and the button was just bright red. This is a really handy little tool. I have this in my bag 24/7 when I'm walking properties with my clients. In fact, all these tools that I'm sharing with you right now, they live in my car. Okay. The other one is the Fluke. Where's the little guy? Uh-oh. It's the Fluke circuit finder. There's a little yellow guy. I don't know where he is, but you put this little yellow guy into the wall, and then you go to your circuit panel and you kind of go up and down. It will show you what circuit that's related to. And you're probably like, why do I care? The reason why you care is because when you go to sell your house, the home inspector will check your circuit board to make sure it's properly labeled. This is a very good device that I use regularly. Here's another little guy. This is a gas detector, or gas leak detector. If you're smelling gas, you don't know where it's coming from, you use this little guy. I can't believe how accurate this is. I started smelling gas in my kitchen this morning. I'm like, oh, where is that tool? I brought it out, and you wouldn't believe how quickly it told me exactly where it was. It was burner number 2 on the back. Not kidding. This is a water gauge pressure reader. So you put this on your hose bib and it will tell you what the pressure of the water is in your home. It needs to be between 60 and 80 PSI. Really cheap little guy and very useful. This is what I call my black light, but it's actually a purple light, but it's actually a black light. If you're looking at homes or if you're just living in your home, you grab one of these guys, turn the lights off, and anywhere that, illuminates is probably dog or cat urine. I know. I did this with my dog last month, checking her out, and she's been very, very naughty animal. And then we have a measuring, so you can measure, like distance reader, all that stuff. So these are some home tools, and two of you get to win one of these home tools. And like I said, there's some more. You get to pick the video. So check it out. We're going to put let's hope we can do this. Are we going to do this right? Fingers crossed. I don't know what's happening to our displays. All right. Can someone tell me if you can see this? Please tell me you can see it. Can we see it? Okay. Thumbs up. Good. All right. Here is the first winner. Let's spin the wheel. Let's see. And the winner is, oh my goodness, how do you say that? Eva, how do you say this? Petrowski from, is it Montana? From Montana. So congratulations. We'll be in touch with you shortly to find out what home tool you would like for us to send you. All right, let's do the second winner. Can we do it again? All right, here we go. I'm excited. Okay, let's do it. Who's it going to be? And it's going to be Amanda Spina. I don't know where she's from, but Amanda will be reaching out to you shortly as well. All right. So now we're going to go to our next gift, which is, or giveaway, I should say, is this little beautiful vase. What do you think of this?
I love it.
I would say, is it too much? A lot of people hate this.
No, I just saw this. Is this Alice Lane?
Yeah, Alice Lane.
I know that I saw it before.
Yeah, I love this. I don't know. I saw it on their website. Here we are. And here's their website right here. They have a lot of really interesting accessories. I've purchased some vases from them. They actually have very reasonable prices for the quality of what this is. But anyway, I fell in love with this vase and I want to give it away to one of you lucky winners. And if you just hate the vase, we can talk. Maybe you get a home tool or something else on the site. But anyway, let's go see who the lucky winner of this beautiful vase is. Or what do you call this?
Yeah,
a vase.
Vase. Yeah.
Vase.
Vase.
All right, let's see who's going to win this beautiful vase. Let's go. Good. And the winner is, it's going to be a guy. Let's see. Give it to your wife. Glemma Fettner. All right. So we'll be in touch with you. And the final, our favorite drawing is a design consult for 1 hour. Want to tell us what you do with that?
Yeah, sure. So I'm offering a design consultation with the lucky winner. I'm really excited to meet you.
Yeah.
And we can do it virtually. So don't worry about being in Southern California.
Yeah.
And we can kind of talk about big picture items or something very specific. If you have one room that you want to make over, we can talk it all out. And I I can give you advice and come up with a mood board and kind of go from there.
So they get a choice of a mood board or a rendering, right?
Yeah. Either I can do a room rendering for you to show you kind of what it would look like and then give you the kind of step-by-step on how to execute yourself, or I can deliver a mood board so you can kind of imagine what it would look like and go from there on your own.
Okay. This is exciting. All right. Let's see who the winner is. I want to win it. I want to put my name in there. I'm serious. I want to hire you.
I wanted to win the Alice Lane. So
I know.
You know what? We'll
so
talk
pretty.
later.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, let's see who the lucky winner is. Let's go. I'm excited. Exciting. Carrie Bradley. Yay. Carrie, I know. So she'll be contacting you very shortly. So congratulations. Thank you so much for being a part of my journey. 100,000 subscribers. And I swear when I get that YouTube plaque, I'm going to make a necklace out of it and wear it everywhere I go. That was such a huge accomplishment. And I truly could not have done it without your support. I've learned so much from you, and I certainly hope you've learned something from me as well. All right, so we are almost like halfway mark. Are there any questions that Julia can answer? We'll just take a few more questions and then we'll wrap it up. But, I'm so excited. Thank you. I've been on cloud 9 now for about, 2 weeks, I think it is. All right, so the other question they have for you, Miss Julia, is my husband wants ceiling fans in the kitchen. Can you confirm this is a bad idea? And why is it a bad idea?
Oh gosh. I try not to make my reasoning all from an aesthetic standpoint because, normally aesthetic speaks to the wives. I hate to say that.
It's
and
true.
Then the reason kind of speaks to the husband. Yeah. Don't put a ceiling fan in your, here is my reasonable response. Resale value. Mm-hmm. The realtor coming in to evaluate your house for resale value will say, rip that out and put in a light fixture. Mm-hmm. So you might as well give your wife the light fixture or pendants that she wants now instead of dealing with it later.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Curious, what is your thoughts on ceiling fans? Gosh dang it. Ceiling fans in general throughout the rest of the house.
Client just asked me about this.
Yeah.
I think it really depends, right? Sometimes I always tell people to be honest about the way that they live, right? Yeah. I do not want clients kind of saying like, oh no, we don't need that, or we'll like that just because I'm around. Because I really want people to be honest about the way that they live. So I just had this conversation with a couple last week. If you love your ceiling fan and you love the way that the hum puts you to sleep and you love the feeling that it gives you when you're warm and cozy under your covers, I'm not going to take that ceiling fan away from you. And there are very beautiful ceiling fans that I can help you. I mean, Visual Comfort even makes ceiling fans. So we can pick a pretty one. But if you have central air and you can avoid it, then I would avoid it. But if you live in Florida and it gets stinking hot, put a ceiling fan in your bedrooms and call it a day, and I will not make you feel bad about it.
Good answer. All right, what other questions do we have here? How many years can we expect the kitchen model it's probably remodeled to stay in style?
Oh my gosh. I mean, if it's done right, it forever.
Yeah.
This is the way I think of things. I look to European design for so much influence, and I'm looking at kitchens that were built so long ago. Yep. And so the length of time has nothing to do with it. It's just about good design and making smart, timeless choices.
And quality, right? Quality. Because,
it's all about the quality. Too. It just does.
Yeah.
It just does.
Okay. Just real quick, what do you think a timeless kitchen looks like?
A timeless kitchen looks like, honestly, my answer is going to be so much about the quality.
Yeah.
So it looks like quality carpentry, quality stone. You do not need to have real marble if you don't want it. Again, be honest about how you live, but you can make smart choices about quartz or real natural countertops. If you choose natural stone in your kitchen, it will never go out of style. And that's like Carrara or Calcutta marble.
What about like granite?
Granite,
it's a real material.
Is a real material. Okay, this is true.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't. Okay, you got me.
Yeah, but there's some decent.
There are.
Yeah.
But I would say if you go with movement and not something that looks like a pattern, then that will stay timeless.
That's a good point.
I also think the clean and white is timeless.
Mm-hmm.
It just needs to be a warm white. And I also think quality fixtures and appliances, it's not going to go out of style.
Right. So make the big investment.
Make the big investment. It'll be worth it. You spend all your time there.
Okay. And then what kind of door handles are on trend for kitchens and baths?
Okay. That's probably
door handles.
Cabinet hardware.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Something with heft. Something with curves. I don't think like a lot of right angles are really timeless. I think that's modern, that can kind of go out. But I think something with heft, really if you go brass, if you go polished nickel, or you go black, you're in a good spot.
Okay. And then any other questions? Okay, hold on. We got another one here for you. Well, I have a question for you. What about you're making the investment? You don't know if you're going to go engineered hardwood or the high-end luxury vinyl. What's your take on that?
So you can get hardwood, like real hardwood, or a manufactured wood with a combination for a very reasonable price. And again, it's just about being honest about how you live. So I would say when you look at that piece, make sure that I would even suggest buying a full box and putting it out on your floor to see what all the planks look like together.
Yeah.
Because if every plank is the same, it's going to look cheap. If there's so much variation between the planks, it's also going to look cheap. So long planks always make it look more expensive. There should be grooves and divots to make it feel real if it's not real. But I'm a fan of hardwood. I'm a fan of real hardwood. I don't think you need to be afraid of real hardwood. And it doesn't mean that you have to blow your budget to get it.
And what about hardwood in kitchens? I get a lot of that from some of my
viewers.
They're like, I've got kids and
It has nothing to do with it, honestly. You can clean your hardwood floors just like you would clean everything else. I mean, I'm not saying to take a bucket of water and throw it on top and slap it all around, but do you do that anyway? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I have real hardwood floors in my kitchen, and I have 3 children, and there was Hot Wheels on my hardwood floor this morning. So let's just be real.
Yeah.
Huge fan. Couldn't be talked out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What questions do we have? What kind of door handles for bath and kitchen are likely? Oh, I'm sorry. I have to pick a white quartz countertop. Help. Too many choices. So white quartz countertop. There's too many choices.
Okay, that's true. So what I would say is try to hone it down to like 5. And then do that. My favorite game is do the this or that. And so then there will usually be like a one clear winner. So do a this or that, and then you pick one, and then do this or that, and then you pick one and do this or that. And then usually you will have the winner that comes to the top. Always make sure you bring it into your actual space in a sample. Lighting is different everywhere. When you're in a showroom, it's going to be fluorescent light and it's going to look totally different. Bring it into your own space. Make sure there's movement. Make sure it is not white. Plain white will look very stark. So make sure that there's movement. Make sure that there's some sort of color, either grays or browns, with some movement to make it feel a little bit more natural and less manufactured. And put it up next to your cabinetry too. Because if your cabinetry is white and now you have white stone, the whites need to complement each other instead of clash.
So I had someone reach out to me, go, oh, Audra, your kitchen looks awful because you have like a lighter countertop, you got white cabinets, everything's white in your kitchen, but I have that crazy backsplash, right? So when you're looking at a kitchen, you mentioned that you like doing different types of textures and different types of colors. So is that all white look out? Everything's white?
So if I'm doing white cabinets, I'm probably bringing in some warmth in the countertops, or warmth in the backsplash. So I would say you need to have some variety somewhere so it doesn't look stark and sterile.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
All
see.
white can mean many different things.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the island being kind of a different color.
Yeah, me too.
I think it looks really nice when you first walk in. All right. Anything else? We sold our house and thought there was too much wood in the kitchen, cabinets, hardwood floor, and thought it might be a problem. The new owners plan to leave it and put wood on the ceiling too.
Oh.
What are your thoughts about that?
Okay, so again, it so depends on all the tones.
Yeah.
So I love wood. I actually love wood on a ceiling. You can either put wood on the ceiling just for texture and paint it, and that brings so much warmth and tone to a space, or you can put wood and keep it wood. What is in that scenario, what I would imagine is my ideal would be a wood ceiling in a wood tone with a comparable wood island, but painted cabinetry, wood floors. That's how I would design it probably. But if they, I don't know where you live. If you're in Colorado,
Yeah.
that is like totally a mountain house and it could be amazing. So there's a lot of variables there.
Okay. Question. What is the one area in most of the homes that you see that are most neglected? Is it the bathrooms? Is it
Great
the bedrooms?
question.
Is it the living room? Like, what are just some rooms that just get neglected?
Okay, that's a great question.
Yeah.
The space that I see being neglected the most in Southern California homes is the front room. So there is kind of this drop zone in a lot of these newer homes where no one knows what to do with it.
Yeah.
So they kind of don't do anything with it. And it's kind of like the living room or sitting room, but it ends up just being like a pass through to get to the main part of the house, which is towards the back, which is most likely the kitchen and the more family room. And because people don't really spend that much time in their living room, I love to be able to look at that space and figure out how can this be useful to you instead of just like a dead zone. My mind always goes to like an office, and even adding in doors when you don't expect it. It kind of gives purpose to a dead space.
Yeah, no, I like that. We're starting to see living rooms go away.
Yeah.
I know. It's kind of an East Coast thing too, right?
Yeah.
Everybody use their living room. Do you have a living room?
I don't. I just have one. In my current home, I have one big family room. It's where we spend all of our time.
Yeah.
But it's what I see all the time in Southern California homes. No one knows what to do with it.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. Because we have that usually that kitchen that opens up to the family room,
Yeah.
and that's kind of neglected.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't use my living room.
Sometimes I don't know what to do with
Yeah.
it in a home, and it continues to be something that challenges me. So,
Yeah. Okay. Next question. My wife likes the glossy white subway style for the backsplash. Is that trendy or is it going out?
A glossy white is, so again, so many variables, and it can be done in a very traditional and timeless way. So if you go with a glossy white, I love an offset, which basically is like a brick lay. And then I always recommend with an offset glossy white tile is that there is a piece of tile at the top to kind of create edging or a trim at the top to make it look purposely done and kind of encased. I always love matte tile. I think that just kind of takes it to a more elevated place. So maybe if that's something that you don't love, there's probably a version of that white glossy tile in a matte, and that could be a good compromise.
So we're seeing what's popular right now. You mentioned the brick lay, right? But the vertical side by side or the horizontal, stacked right on top.
I love
what do you
it
think
all.
about that?
One of my favorite, I actually forgot to mention this earlier. One of my favorite trends that I'm loving and I'm seeing a lot of is playing around with the patterns that you can create with tile.
Yeah.
So whether it's different colors or even the same color, but so this stacked is like a soldier stack where they're right next to each other like this all the way across, or you can do it horizontal as well. Brick lay, you can do herringbone, chevron. Chevron's probably not my go-to. I'd always go herringbone before chevron, but they're very similar. I honestly love them all. I think there's a time and place for all of them. It just depends on when you start playing around with different patterns on the walls for tile. Just always remember to pay attention to the pattern on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Very good point. All right. Any other questions? I'm in love with sconces. Can you recommend the ideal place for them? Like where you would place those sconces?
I have been seeing this so much. I'm obsessed with Pinterest and I'm on it all the time. And I was on it earlier today. And so I've been seeing a lot of sconces that are hung too high. Mm-hmm. So kind of like art, bring it down. So imagine, I'll just talk about sconces in a powder bath with a mirror. Mm-hmm. So imagine that you have your vanity, you have, maybe it's an oval mirror and then 2 sconces. Where you see the curve so even if you have a square mirror, you can picture an oval mirror and imagine the height. So if you see a curve in your oval, the sconces really should be on that curve. They should not be above it.
Good.
So that's
so
I did like 50% down.
Say what?
50% down.
So you're starting to see these mirrors, right? That have the light.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not the sconces, the light. What do you think? Is that going to be in, out? You love it, hate it?
I just talked about this also recently with a client because they need a lot of light for them to be able to see in the bathroom. Yeah. And so we're talking about doing these inset lights. I still would do a sconce with it.
I know, right?
Because the sconce will give the mood and will give the aesthetic and the style that you're looking for if you don't love the way the inset lights look. But the inset lights will make you feel like $1 million every day. Mm-hmm. So again, I cannot tell you not to do it because you will love the way that you look. Yeah. It's just a little bit more modern and a little bit more contemporary, but I would still do the sconce the same way.
So sconces in the bathroom. What about like in other areas? Like in hallways, would you put them?
Yes.
Or the staircase?
Yes. Yes.
And you see the biggest mistake
on either side of your TV. Okay. If it's above a fireplace, I do sconces in the kitchen above. If you have a big kitchen window, if your big kitchen window is over a sink, sconces, like down sconces above that area in your kitchen is beautiful. I love hallway sconces. It's that East Coast charm that I love. Going up the stairs, there's so many huge walls upstairs and people kind of don't know what to do with it. And a lot of people go to like, gallery wall, but that can be really overwhelming for a lot of people. And an easier thing to do is a sconce.
Love it.
Yeah.
Good. All right. I love a good entryway, and so many homes don't have them now. If you don't have one, how can you fake having one?
Okay. I love that too. If there's any wall that you have, you can put any version of a console table on that wall. If you don't have a wall, but you have a big enough space, I love a pedestal table in an entryway to kind of create that pause. You can do some big greenery, a key drop, a little stack of books or a candle, a picture frame. I love an entryway too. So I would say you just have to find whether it's freestanding or a tiny little wall, you can carve something out for that.
What about putting a rug in the entry to help with that?
Yeah, that could help too. If you do a pedestal table, you can definitely do a round rug. I just recently put a rug in an entryway that was kind of in between the door and the flight of stairs. And it kind of just like created a pause. I would do that, of course, if you have hardwood floors. So yeah, that could work.
What is your rule of thumb on rugs? Meaning, do you like them oversized? Yeah. Even if you have beautiful floors?
Yeah. Yes.
You preserve them too, right?
Yeah, it does preserve them. It creates rooms and it creates like a destination for where your furniture goes. So a rug that's too small is kind of a no-no and a faux pas. So I would make sure that all your furniture, at least the front legs, can sit on the rug, if not all the legs can sit on the rug. But it just grounds the space.
What do you think about Persian rugs?
I love all rugs.
Can they be too bright? Are there ones to stay away from?
Again, it all depends on the aesthetic. I love bold rugs, but I also love neutral rugs. And so I think it just depends on the space. Like a place to do a bold rug is a dining room because usually in a dining room, there's less furniture. So you can get away with doing a more powerful, impactful rug. But maybe in your family room, don't go so bold because it's where you're going to be spending so much time, and maybe have that space be a little bit more grounded and neutral.
Yeah. Okay. Any more? Oh, we're closing up. All right. Is she not wonderful? We'll make sure her information's linked down below, and we'll make sure you get a link to her website as well. Thank you so much. You've been amazing.
Thank you.
And
This was
thank
great.
you so very much for helping me get to 100,000 subscribers. And I like doing this, interviewing people on the live stream, so I'll continue to do so. You have been absolutely fabulous.
I was so happy to be here. Thank you for including me.
So fun. All right, everyone. Thanks so much. We'll see you in the next video and the next live stream.